Greetings and salutations, YouTubers and malefactors. Back here at Stop Logic Motorsports, and well, due to popular demand, I'm hitting the street. Well, not really due to that. Honestly, I just haven't had any time to ride lately. And I wanted to go riding yesterday in the woods, but I got a lot of happenstance in my life. So it's been a bit hard for me to get out, you know how it is. So I'm taking the old FX out. And going for a spin. I kind of feel bad. I've got a nice set of dirt wheels. There we go. Alright, dirt tires on here, so I'm not gonna do a super long ride, but you know, a little bit. Aired these bad boys up to 25 pounds, and yeah, hit the streets a little bit. So what we're riding is my 2015 YZ250FX. Some of you guys from the Texas area will recognize the area. And no, I'm not going to be going like Jigsaw and doing any dank nooners. I'm not really on great equipment for that. Also, this is my first time using my chest mount, so forgive me if the video is a little strange. I'm always a helmet mount kind of guy, but this has actually been sitting inside the bag it came in like for 5 years from my GoPro. I'm like, you know what, I don't feel like moving my dirt mount over to my street helmet. So I'm like, let's give the chest mount a shot. Let's see what this looks like. And most likely I'm going to see this video and it's going to be pointed directly at my gas tank, and I'm going to feel like a fool a little bit. Alright. Turned up where you need to be, tighten down. Alright. So we're kind of rolling around Burleson, and honestly, I just wanted to kind of get out of the house and clear my mind. Goodness, though, it had been so long since I rode in any of my street gear, it looked like something out of Bram Stoker's Dracula. I took the jacket out and it was covered in cobwebs and dust, and had to clean the street helmet out. It had a thick layer of dust all over that. I was practically coughing and sneezing my way to health when I got all this stuff uncovered. And I'm trying to bear in mind that I actually have a microphone set up for street. I don't need to be yelling. I'm used to yelling into the helmet because I'm out in the woods, and the microphone on the DJI is not exactly waterproof. Not a problem in this thing. This helmet's quite nice in all those regards. Goodness, this has been a hot minute. What was crazy to me is between the last time I rode on the street and now, I had to adjust my jacket way in. Apparently I've dropped more weight than I thought. I put this thing on, I was practically swimming in it. That's a good thing, I reckon. Now the only downside about this bike is I don't have a speedometer on it. I mean, I could add one, but no point. I should have put my mirrors on, though, in hindsight. I broke them off in the dirt. So, my bad. And I also got the Recluse on this bike, so it's a little easy at lights. I can just click it down and not worry about it. Realized I didn't have my helmet tightened down properly. Oh, I should pull over after this light and take care of that. Once this dude gets moving. Yeah, just because I signal doesn't mean anyone's going to pay attention. And truth be told, this is not an ideal bike for not an ideal bike for highway runs. I mean, I've taken it on the highway before, but it is not happy there. Actually, I was kind of bored the other day and checked my valve clearances because I haven't done it in like 60 hours. I will tell you, this Yamaha engine is amazing at that. My valves did not move one bit in 60 hours of racing, and it's not been me racing this bike. Buddy Jeff Smith's been racing it. He's actually first place in this class this year. So this bike's fast. The owner of it's not, but you know, take what we can get, right? Alrighty, that feels a little better. Goodness, I think it's been about a year since I've been on the road, thereabouts. I can tell I don't have these tires balanced at all. I didn't toss any goo in them because I don't really ride the street that much. Oh boy, this thing has a very jiggly disposition. I feel kind of bad for the front because that's a Tuss Talon front, which is like a hard enduro gummy tire. And then IRC VE33 regular on the rear, which honestly that tire barely shows any wear, and it's been through a whole season so far. 8 races. Let's qualify that. 8 out of 12 races. So I bet some of you kind of wonder to yourselves, how good is an enduro bike for a dual sport? Well, if it's set up for it, it's not comfortable, but it's doable. I would much rather be doing this on a WR450 than a YZF-X 250. I'm chilling in 6th gear, not anywhere near tap top. I'm like quarter throttle, but this thing would be screaming if it were on the highway. If I had a second set of wheels and I had a street gearing, that'd be a different story. I mean, this thing's rock reliable. I mean, it's no DR650, but I mean, you know. It is good in its own regard. Alley Cat's a mini golf. You know, if it wasn't like 130 degrees out here in Texas, that might be fun. Yeah, I'm saying mini golf would be fun. Oh, you know me. Goodness, I forgot what this gear felt like. actually balance the tires. I put in my balancing goo. This bike would be a little more comfortable than my 450 RL was. Nice day out though. So far it's about 92 right now here in almost August. It's the very end of July. Nice clouds. Yeah. So a few folks have written me and they're like, well, why don't you do adventure riding anymore? Why don't you do dual sport? And it's not that I dislike those styles of riding. Honestly, dual sport riding is very interesting. You get to wander into some places, but there's like a lot of this between places that are nifty. I don't know. I've spent the last 2 years racing TCCRA, doing hare scrambles, and I've been trying to improve my dirt skills to where I have a personal goal of eventually getting fast enough to get bumped up to intermediate. That's really my only goal, is to be good enough to have to get bumped. And I've been really having a ton of fun in the dirt, and that's where my heart is. I mean, I've done street riding, I've done mile munching, I've owned a Harley, I've owned a 1982 Yamaha Virago 920, Africa Twin. But it's like, whenever given the chance, the first place I go back to is the dirt. And it's not knocking street. I mean, being on two wheels is, I don't know. It's it's good just to be on two wheels, no matter what format you take it in. And it doesn't have to be the street, it doesn't have to be like, you know, the road course or hitting supermotos, stuff like that. And you know, for you know, when you're having a tough time in your head and everything, and things haven't exactly been a lot of fun with things in your life, it's nothing clears your head space better than getting out on two wheels, especially getting into the woods and getting away from folks. But it just, I don't know, maybe it's like one of those primal human things where we want to go out and explore, and you don't really get the feeling of exploration behind a windshield and 50 safety features and 16 types of cruise control and vehicle sensors and lane correction and blah 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 blah. Sometimes that you want to feel that connection, the wind on your skin and clutch in your hand. I mean, it's like, there's nothing like it. Nothing at all like it. I kind of want to take this thing all the way down to Italy and hit some dirt roads. But fuel range is not this bike's middle name. definitely couldn't do this on the gas right now since it has moose bibs in it. I'd be melting those bad boys. So another question I get is, if I had to only own one bike and I wanted to do everything on it, what would that one bike be? What is my opinion of a unicorn motorcycle? Let's say I still wanted to do hair scrambles and dual sport, some light ADV riding. I had a Honda 450 RL, wasn't a huge fan of it. Would I do it on a WR 450? Probably not. I don't know if there's really a bike that bridges that gap between cross-country racing and enduro. Maybe the Beta 430. And I'd have to have 2 sets of wheels with it. That's kind of curious. Probably the Beta 430 if I had to only have one bike. Now my answer would be super different if it's like, what bike would you take from Alaska to Argentina? I wouldn't even hesitate, that would be the DR650. RV storage. That might come in handy in the future. Oh boy. Yeah, a second set of wheels would benefit this bike. I'm about up for a top end service, so when I did the valves the other day, I did scope the piston and do a leak down on it. I mean, this thing looks pristine. But I'm one of those folks that's a nervous Nelly when it comes to my maintenance. It's like, you take care of the bike, it'll take care of you. I want to go right, but I don't know how much gas I have. I know there's fuel left. That's the highway. Yeah, I might go right. When I find a gas station, I better fuel up. So compared to other places like California and Colorado and stuff, I mean, Texas has hills, but nowhere near as mountainy as that. But man, some of that scenery out here in Texas is just beautiful. And you're always just about 10 minutes away from some county back road or something like that. Oh yeah, I think we're about at some gas here. Maybe. Signs of, no, that's the church. Oh no, we got gas. I'm about to do something that I'm not supposed to do. Whatever. I misbehave a little bit. I engage in a high-risk activity. Yeah, alright, come on, feller. Bet you're looking a little... actually, there's plenty of gas. Let me put my sun visor up and... yeah, we're a little low. Benefit from a little drop or two. Got 93 here. Exactly what I wanted. I don't like to run 91 in this bike. Man, a little stuffy. Did just think of one thing that's good about not having the helmet camera. I don't have to hide my pen. Oh, almost a gallon, so I only had about a half a gallon left. I don't exactly know what my fuel rate consumption is on this bike on the street. Never really put a lot of thought into it. Well, the most mileage I'll ever do in a race is 50 miles, and I think this year I did like 36 in one race. Still had a bit of tank left. Alright, double check and make sure I got all my stuff back in here. Oh yeah, I'm good. Alright, let's continue our wander. Let's do a walkabout. Essentially what I'm doing, I'm going on walkabout. Tell you what, this thing does get up and go though. No more gears. And this is dirt gearing that I've got, so I mean I can do 75 on this. Ooh, that feels a bit squirmy. Not the ideal dual sport tires. Not really feeling that Tusk Talon. And lean this bad boy over, and it gets squirmy. No through trucks. Yeah, that could have been interesting. I'll see if I spy another road that just kind of looks a little different. I mean, we're essentially out in the sticks now. We keep on going on this road. The race that we do with Goat Head or Goat Neck down in Cleburne, this will take us there eventually. It's like 45 minutes down there. Or as I like to call it, the litter box. That place is sandy. I think we had like 85 switchbacks last year. Some guy actually mapped it out and counted. It was a exhausting track, but it was kind of fun. It was nice actually just having something close to home, you know, instead of like going out. I mean, our next race here in September, when the summer breaks over, is near Barnwell. It's in Simpsonville. When it doesn't rain, it's my favorite track of the year. It's like riding at Barnwell. It's got that like elevation change, East Texas dirt. It's like more than just going out there and hitting a bunch of rocks. Ah, we're in Joshua. Right around here, there's a tire place that does ATV tires. They're really good folks. I'm trying to remember the name of the place. Should be. Let's see, there's 7-Eleven. I think it's Joshua Tire right down the road, actually, right down to the left of me. Those guys have really good prices, really reasonable folks, and they put up with my guff, so I'll take it. If you're in the area, I'd give them a look-see. Oh, they still do work. Miles an hour. I'm kind of just like guessing. I do have a way that I can mount like a GPS speedometer on here, but I generally don't bother. I've got a pretty good spidey sense on my overall speed. I'm nearly to Godly. Well, that's a trip. One of my ex-coworkers lives there, and one of my current coworkers lives there. Maybe I'll take a trip out to Godly. Man, talk about some luck. I'm gonna go left. I keep on needing to remind myself that I'm not in a vehicle and my turn signals don't auto cancel, so I've got to gotta remember I turn my turn signals off. People are like noticeably nervous around me. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Oops. So that one still works. The previous owner of this bike did it up with a dual sport kit, so I actually didn't do this one. He did a pretty good job of wiring, though the headlight cuts out when you full cut the bars, but no big deal. I've only ever had to use a headlight on this bike a few times, like riding at night at Barnwell, or there was one race that was stormy outside, really dark, and a lot of wood sections, and I was having trouble seeing, so I was running the lights on this thing, and this Acerbis LED light is actually pretty dang bright. Ah, Kingfisher. I think that's actually where my coworker lives. I might take a turn around and check that little subdivision out, you know, once it's safe for me to do so. Boy, this freshly graded road has a little wander action. Alright, let's give that a shot. I'm gonna check out that Kingfisher place. I wish I could come in here. All the natural gas places have been really good about closing their gates lately. That's a source of entertainment from time to time. Not that I'm condoning trespassing, but it's not trespassing if it's wide open for business. An unlocked door is an open door. No, not really. Not here in Texas. Don't take that advice seriously. That's terrible advice in Texas. An open door is an open door. An unlocked door is a potential hot lead injection. This is brand new over here. Yeah, these are all new. We don't do the inspections for Godly, so I'm not out here on the regular. Just the last time I was out here, this was an open field. Actually, this was like a cow pasture. Trip scene houses. Maybe I'm not on point. This might not be where Julian lives. So I always say I should make it a point to come out and see him, and I'm like, well, you know, I'm busy. And And normally I am. Especially lately. It's been, you know those like 2 or 3 month periods you have in your life where like a whole lot of bad stuff happens and every time you turn around it's like a gut punch? It's been pretty much since May for the household. Life's been one long gut punch since like mid-May. There's family, pets, all sorts of stuff. Dental work. Very little pleasurable activity. Work's been a bit crazy, you know. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm just doing like a little boring trek through the subdivision. It just seems kind of interesting. Hey, I might know someone here, and B, well, it's just it's kind of different just watching all these places fill in that you grew up that were like, I mean, out in this area, there was nothing out here for years. We got everybody and their brother moving to Texas. I mean, like, heck, Burleson's blown up. I remember when Burleson was like a 9,000 person city. Now it's like 50,000 people. It's like when I got my house in Hutto. When I got my house in Hutto, there was like 7,000, 8,000 people. And then by the time I left, there's 28,000 people. 28! We got 20,000 new families. Kind of boggles the mind. It's a little older over here. I'm about done with this. We're gonna go back and try and find some dirt roads or something crazy. I've been kind of eyeing the Stark Varg. I know I'm gonna get a lot of lovely opinions on that. But I've been kind of eyeing the Stark Varg as a race bike, but apparently it's also street legal. Like, you know, if I wanted to pardon me, if I wanted to creatively explore, it'd be much easier to do it in almost silence. It's kind of hard to sneak around something this noisy. Well, this is kind of cool. Now this is what I'm used to seeing out here. Oh man, gotta stretch. This enduro seat's murder. Yeah, this is what I'm used to seeing out here, like farmhouses, hay bales, the smell of cattle, of chattel. Kind of a nice looking truck. It looks to be in decent shape. I got about 300,000 miles on it, but you know, anything mechanical can always be repaired. One reason why I haven't traded this up for a 2025, this bike's just been really good to me and to my friends by extension that constantly borrow it. And now that I'm complaining, I mean, it's good that it's getting used. And it's really awesome to see me get lapped by my own bike. And I'm not being sarcastic, I mean, like, it's a trip. Like, you watch your own bike go by you, you're like, oh wow, hello. Hello, bikey. Fancy seeing you here. I'll go up Oak Lane. Got a couple of donkeys and a bull mastiff. Oh wow, yeah, glad you're not out, buddy. Make a snack of this poor guy. Tossing back on my sunshades in this helmet. This Scorpion, I think it's 900, 910, something like that. It's a modular helmet. It has the sun visor that pops down. Now I keep my old G-Max GM11 because I have a pin lock visor if I wanted to ride in the cold. Yeah, horses, sleeping things, more dogs. Hello, puppy. Oh, hello, doggo. I know you don't want any part, or you want a lot of part of me. Lots of horses out here. Ooh, cut grass. The bane of every motorcyclist. That or loose gravel on the road. Yeah, nice getting waved at though. Well, this wasn't as much fun as going out in the woods and riding, but this has a charm of its own. Man, now I'm sitting here thinking to myself, maybe I should sell a couple of my bikes and get me one of them their Suzuki 400s. I don't know how I would feel about getting the DRZ4S, so that's really expensive for what it is. Knowing me, I'd probably get on the Facebook Marketplace and find me a clapped out DRZ 400 and do a resto video on it. I don't really need fuel injection. I am perfectly fine with carbs. I mean, given my weight, you can tell I'm perfectly fine with carbs. Whew. Yeah, I can tell I don't have this thing set up for regular dual sport use. It's a little uncomfortable. A few of my buddies are going on the Colorado BDR here in a few weeks. They're gonna have two folks on a WR 250R. One guy really new to riding. I hope it turns out to be a really epic and memorable experience. I'd like to go, but I just imagine this bad boy on the 900 miles of BDR. I'd probably torch the engine. Maybe after this race season, maybe I'll go back to dual sporting. I do own the bike from the 90% of the use I use it for though. Whoa, that's an old school truck. I'd like to live out here. It's quite picturesque. Yeah, I know I didn't make it out to Godly, but yeah, there ain't much out there. It's like a two-horse town. And one of my ex-coworkers owns one of those two horses. I tell you what though, for a fuel-injected four-stroke, woo! Get that front wheel up easy though. This is the least snatchy throttle I've ever felt on a fuel-injected four-stroke. That's one reason I'm kind of afraid to, you know, change the recipe of the soup. I just want to probably put a fresh kit into the engine and keep it. Maybe restyle the plastic. This 2016 shroud's looking a little long in the tooth, but they have a restyle kit to make it look like a more modern Yamaha. Viat Street. You know what? I'm gonna go right. I think I'm in downtown Joshua right now. Oh, there's some cannas. Our old neighbor in Burleson grew cannas right on our fence line, so every summer we would get half the cannas and she would have half the cannas. And they're pretty cool flowers. The one thing I miss about my house in, oh wow, yeah, someone's doing a rehab. One thing I miss about my house in Hutto is we had a huge mimosa tree. And we grew that thing up from a sapling and it got big. That thing got huge. Dug the flowers on it. It had a kind of cool look. It was like mesquite, but like an artistic mesquite tree. Oh, you guys found a snack of a possum. where to next? Honestly, I probably should give old Robert House here. So I named this bike after Robert House from Fallout New Vegas. I name my bikes by their personality traits that I observe or apply to them, so to speak. This bike has a very Robert House vibe to me. It's kind of like, do what I say. Destroy the Brotherhood of Steel. I'm an autocrat. Yeah, there's that vibe to it. It's getting a little nasty hot out here, and even though this is a ventilated Joe Rocket jacket, God, this thing's 10, 11 years old. Still looks great. I haven't been down on the street in it. I gave my other fly racing adventure jacket, it's like a Four Seasons one, but it was super hot. I gave that to Trevor. I figured do him more good. I'm like, I don't need two ADV jackets. Want to bundle up on this, I just toss the raincoat over it and throw on a sweater underneath, and bam, cold weather gear. Wet weather gear too. You know, there was barely anything for sale in Joshua when I was looking, and nothing with the pool. My wife had one must-have in any house we buy. It had to have a pool. We found this one with a vinyl pool. Been in since like the 1980s. Converted over to fiberglass. It's been a good pool. You guys have been back here in DFW for 3 years now. 3 or 4, almost 4. Goodness. Time flies. And here in about, let's see, it's the 27th today, so here in about 13, 14 days, I'm going to be 41. It's kind of a trip, you know. And you think to yourself most of the time, oh, there's not much of a difference between like 26 and 40. I'm starting to feel that difference between my knees, and I actually get heat exhaustion now. I can't believe it. Like, I ride the other day in Twin Hills, and I was having problems starting getting that queasy feeling. Getting that queasy feeling. Yeah. Where your neck's starting to feel like you're about to start moving things out of it. I don't know where this takes me, but whatever. Looks pretty cool. All these crepe myrtles. Yeah, I'm sitting here like identifying plants. It's like I'm doing a garden show. Believe me, I don't know that much about plants. This is all secondhand information from Mrs. Stop Logic. Oh, goodness. At the risk of busting out my Yiddish, I had to rest my tuchus. Oh, we got more dogs. Hey-yo! Those are babies! Ooh, nice wraparound driveway. Do I want to take Lakeview or Forest? That's going to take me back to a main road really quickly. Let's stick with Lakeview. I don't see a lake yet. I have not yet viewed this lake. Oh wow, that's old school. This is actually really cool out here. I'm kind of glad that I took this little detour. Scare the walker or Texas Ranger. Got some folks with some serious cash are out here. Back in Joshua, apparently. Man, I'm like weaving in and out of Burleson and Joshua. I'll let you rest a bit, motor. You keep that rev nice and low. That's fine. I feel kind of bad. I got a chest cam and I can't like really turn it. I got some bamboo forest out there. A lot of keep off of our property out here. But yeah, I kind of feel bad I can't turn, and I'm over here, like my head is like on a swivel just soaking all this in. I'm like having lots of allergies today. I feel like I'm breathing through pea soup. Aw. Why you guys gotta fence me in like that? I wanna wander your properties, people. Honestly, that'd be about the first thing I do if I ever played and won the lotto. I keep on saying I like to buy back Flying P Ranch, but I've already noticed it's become a subdivision for at least half of the property. That's a dang shame. But I would put in an offer for like Rocky Ridge or something and open it back up for dirt bikes. There's some places that I was looking at between Palmer and or Waxahachie and Palmer. So much land that just has so much potential for dirt bikes. Really nice folks out here. Usually I get ran off when I'm on my bike. Like when I was in Italy on that 450 RL adventure video where the guy pulled me over and kind of threatened me. Gave me a very clear, under no certain terms should I remain in the area. All these folks are like, howdy. It's a motorcycle kid. Not a kid anymore, but... Ooh. Yeah, it's like... nice out here. People are nice, scenery's nice. Heck, man. Yeah, apparently I need to go get me some like cattle critters. Buy some land. I'm purposely trying to keep my revs down so I'm not obnoxious out here. Funny enough, the stock exhaust on this bike's far louder than the FMF that replaced it. I put the stock exhaust back on here because I was like, well, let's see what it's like. And I was like, oh, wow, what the heck? Alright, it's probably about time I start making my way back to the homestead. This is exactly what I needed. I need a lot more of it. But I really did need a little bit of time just out and about. Especially on the bike. I really did need this. you have a recluse, doesn't mean you don't use your clutch. It just makes it harder to stall, and you can start and stop from a dead stop. It kind of feathers for you. I still like to use my clutch for most things. I mean, I can rev match and shift, but see? That's not too hard. The uprising. You know, I don't think of church when I hear the word uprising. I really think of like civil unrest. But, you know, of course my mind would go to a dark place. Wow. Hello, cemetery. Apparently it's lawn day. Yeah, a yard that big, you need to have a riding mower though. Back in Hutto we had 1/3 of an acre. In my brilliant mind, I got one of those old-fashioned drum push mowers with no motor. Trying to mow that thing in the summer near about killed me. I just want to go across the field just tearing across it. Ooh, nice little cool spot. Alright, that's another thing. When you're out on a street bike, you can feel thermals. Like, you know, some birds will stop flapping and they'll kind of open their wings and float about. That's because the thermals for the most part. And no, I don't mean like the long underwear. I mean cold and hot spots. The hot spots, heat rises, and there's areas where heat sinks. And on a motorcycle, you can feel these thermals. Especially when you're stopped at a light in the morning. And you feel that warm side raising up against the problem with society these days. It's so dang selfish. You don't have any consideration for your fellow man out there. I mean, I kind of preach, you know, staying in your own lane and minding your own business, but when your business is making everyone else's business more dangerous, it doesn't rub me right. And maybe that's just me getting older. So I'm gonna get off my lawn, kids. Well, anywho, that's all for today. Well, if you like the content, like and subscribe. If you don't, feel free to criticize me harshly. See you guys soon. Well, let's see. Dang, these VE33s, okay, for a dirt tire, these things are like a cast iron ding skillet, man. It barely got any bit worn. I mean, I just knocked the score off of them. That's 8 races on that thing. What the heck? Now, how did you hold up? Pretty dang good, too. I don't recommend one of these, though, for street riding. So, anywho, okay. Sorry. I nerd out about my bike tech stuff. I can't help it. It's what I really like to do, is nerd out on techie stuff. Anywho, if you like the content, like and subscribe. If you don't, feel free to whip me, beat me, and make me write hot checks. And I will see you guys in the dirt next time. Have a good one.